Niners fans, it's about that time. 7:30 on a Thursday. Faithful Niner Empire. What's good? You know who it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. And once again, it's a pleasure to be on with the faithful, the Niner Empire. Some of the best fans, y'all know it, in the NFL. And we are here, obviously, on a Thursday. And we are, less than 4.5 hours away from a Friday. And hopefully it's a payday Friday for you guys, because ain't nothing better than a payday Friday. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But hopefully everyone's having a good Thursday night. I appreciate you guys tuning into the stream. Shout out to everyone watching on Jay in the Bay Facebook, Spotlight Sports Network Facebook page, and of course Jay in the Bay YouTube channel and the Spotlight Sports Network YouTube channel. Hopefully everyone's having a good Thursday night. And of course, I wanted to come on tonight to converse with you guys, talk about the 49ers and Chargers scrimmage today, and also just talk about the latest 49er news. There definitely were some headlines today. But first, this show is nothing. This show is nothing without the fans, without the subscribers, the people who are conversing with me in the chat. So let's say what's good to the people in the chat. All right. So let's see. We got the first person up, JB and M Sports Fanatic. What's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, JB. How is your Thursday going, man? I saw you earlier. You were streaming. I think it was the preseason game tonight. I forgot who was playing. But I'm definitely looking forward to your streams for the NFL regular season games. We're right around the corner from the regular season games. And keep grinding, JB. I see what you're doing. Thanks for tuning in to the stream. Rams House, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Rams House. Hopefully your Thursday is going well. Let's see, 49ers Ultimate Report. What's good? Appreciate you tuning in to the stream, 49ers Ultimate Report. How's your week going, man? He says, what's good in the building? That's right. And it looks like we starting off the chat with a 99-cent super sticker. Man, I appreciate that, 49ers Ultimate Report. Man, I appreciate that. If you guys don't know, check out 49ers Ultimate Report. I believe the last time I checked, last time I saw one of his videos, he was probably around 830 subscribers. So you're on your way to 900, and you'll definitely be at 1K probably, hopefully before the end of September. And, you'll reap all the benefits of being of hitting that 1K mark, getting your watch time hours and all that good stuff. But keep grinding, 49ers Ultimate Report. And I appreciate that super sticker, man. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Let's see, Young Hitter. What's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Young Hitter. How's your week going, man? He says, what's good, Jay in the Bay? It's all good. It's all good, especially when we're talking about the faithful, the Niner Empire. What could be better, Young Hitter? Young Hitter says, let's go Niners. Absolutely. Young Hitter says, hope you're having a wonderful evening. Yeah, I am, man. It's been a pretty good evening. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow, a payday Friday. Also looking forward to have a stream tomorrow night with touchdowns and tight ends tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Make sure you guys come through, check that out. We'll be talking about 49ers and Chargers. And it'll be good to have a stream on and invite people on to the channel and get a different perspective. Niner Sickness, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Niner Sickness. How is your Thursday going, man? Thanks for tuning in. And Young Hitter says, hi, Beto. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Crisco's Country Life, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Crisco. I know you're excited for your good old New Orleans Saints. And we are, less than about 2 weeks away from the start of the regular season, and I can't wait, man. 49ers First Take, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream. First Take, he says, what's up? About to hit the hay. Have a good stream. Hey, thanks you. I appreciate you for hopping in. I know you got to get up early in the morning, and I know we're on a 3-hour time difference, or you are on the East Coast, but thanks for tuning in to the stream. Yeah, Crisco, the weekend can't come any sooner. One day away from that. Definitely looking forward to the weekend. Absolutely. Let's see, John, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, John. How's your Thursday night going, man? Appreciate you coming through. Let's see, Eric, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Eric. Hopefully your work week has gone by well. One day before Friday, and then we got the weekend, man. John says, you think Trey throws too hard? Is there such a thing? I think on certain passes, you need touch on the ball. And that means you don't have to throw a 100 miles per hour fastball. You can maybe throw like a 90 miles per hour fastball and you give more touch to the ball. Colin Kaepernick kind of had that same issue where he would just throw the ball really, really hard all the time. But especially on short passes within like 10 yards from the line of scrimmage, you kind of need to give touch on the ball. You need to add some touch to the ball. So, it's be a little bit easier for the receivers to catch the ball. But yeah, Trey is young. He still has plenty of time to grow. And that's why I feel there's no rush for him to start. I know Kyle Shanahan's going to sprinkle in just a Scotia plays for Trey Lance in the regular season, and I'm down with that. But I'm excited to continue to see Trey Lance, mold into the best quarterback he can be. But I appreciate the question, John. JB says, my Thursday is great. My Patriots put in work. Looking forward to seeing Jimmy versus the Chargers defense. A chance to remind the faithful why he should start day one. Absolutely. And what's great about not only the scrimmages this week, but also, in the preseason game, unfortunately, the Chargers, they won't be playing any of their starters on offense or defense. I know Jimmy and the ones are expected to play the whole first quarter. I think Trey is going to play the second quarter, and then Sudfeld is going to play the third. So, it won't be, there's still NFL talent, but it's not the best of the best. There won't be any Joey Bosa on Sunday going up against the 49ers, no Derwin James, no Keenan Allen, no Justin Herbert. So, but I'm still looking forward to the game, that's for sure. Let's see. Crisco's Country Life says, Jay, do you have anyone that you do lives with that represents the Saints? Would be awesome to do a live someday. I don't. Yeah, I don't know anyone who is a Saints super fan that talks about the Saints. But yeah, definitely, we should definitely do a live when the Saints and the Niners play again. Absolutely. I'm definitely down with that. Hopefully next year, man. We'll see. Let's see. Brett says, what's up? And I say, what's good? Thanks for tuning in to the stream, Brett. Let's see. Young Hitter says, prayers, we have a healthy year. Niner Empire, it's time to rise. Yeah, and I definitely will be getting into the injuries because we definitely have had some injuries over the last 24 to 48 hours. I will definitely get into that. Let's see. Crisco's Country Life says, awesome, bro. So, yeah, the first thing I wanted to get into was, obviously we're having a scrimmage with the LA Superchargers in Los Angeles. And we will be participating in scrimmages with them today and I believe tomorrow. But there were some inactives for today's scrimmage. So, as you can see in the ticker, the 49ers non-active players in today's scrimmage was Jalen Hurd, and he's got knee tendonitis. He's expected to be out at least a week. And, unfortunately for Jalen Hurd, it seems like his chances of making the 53-man active roster are slowly decreasing day by day. Unfortunately for Jalen, there are other receivers in the wide receiver room who are making the most out of their opportunity. Look at Trent Sherfield so far in camp. He's looked pretty good. Mohamed Sanu, the steady vet, has looked good. Javon Jennings has looked good. Even Simba Webster, he's looked good. So I'd imagine those 4 receivers I just mentioned all have a leg up over Jalen Hurd. And it's just unfortunate. He's had 2 years of inactivity due to injuries. And, you know, how can he make the 53-man active roster? I just don't see it. I know he was a 3rd-round pick, but very unfortunate for Jalen Hurd. Hopefully he can get his body right, but I don't know if it'll be in a 49er uniform. Javon Kinlaw, he's also inactive for today's scrimmage. He's dealing with a shoulder injury. Kyle Shanahan said that he was week to week in regards to the shoulder. And, this is definitely a disappointing camp for Javon Kinlaw. I know he was selected last year, 1st-round pick. And due to COVID last year, there was no mini camp, no training camp. There was no normal NFL offseason, no preseason. And Javon Kinlaw was definitely at a disadvantage last year. And then this year, where we have more of a normal offseason, unfortunately, Kinlaw he's not been able to stay healthy. At first, there was swelling in his knee, and he participated, inconsistently in one-on-one drills and position drills, but he hasn't gotten a lot of work in team drills. And unfortunately, that will continue because of the shoulder injury he sustained. And it's week to week. You just got to hope at this point that Kinlaw will be ready for week 1 of the regular season. But fortunately, John Lynch, hats off to John Lynch. He, has, added a lot of players along that defensive line, Maurice Hurst, Zach Kerr, DJ Jones, Kevin Givens, and of course, so those are the guys up front, and I think they will fit well, even if Javon Kinlaw is unavailable. But obviously, if we had Kinlaw, that would make that group even better. Elijah Mitchell, he's dealing with a hip issue. I believe he'll be out multiple weeks. We'll see if he makes the 53-man active roster or if he will just be on the PUP list. Very unfortunate for the 7th-round running back we drafted this offseason. He seemed to be a pretty good running back, and I thought he would definitely help out maybe in the special teams, and I think he would have made that 53-man active roster. The big man, the big silverback, Trent Williams, he's dealing with a knee issue. Nothing's torn, nothing's broken, nothing requires surgery at this point, but Shanahan is giving him the week off. That is Trent Williams. And I believe his knee was drained because there was some swelling around his knee. So Trent, he's basically given the week off, and he will be reevaluated next week. Sean Coleman is out. I don't remember what his injury was, but he's not playing, or he wasn't active. Aaron Banks, he's dealing also with the shoulder injury, and I believe he's out multiple weeks. Emmanuel Mosley, starting corner opposite of Jason Verrett, he is out with a hamstring issue. I believe he's a week to week. So we'll see how that happens. Unfortunately, with hamstring injuries, sometimes they just linger. They linger throughout the season, and you just hope, because he's going to play a pivotal role on the defense, lining up on the opposite side of Jason Verrett. So hopefully Emmanuel Mosley can continue to slowly ramp up, and he'll be ready week 1. That's all we can really hope for. But a lot of inactives in camp today. That's definitely something I wanted to go over. But let's continue on with these comments. Blue True, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream, Blue True. I appreciate that $5 super sticker. I appreciate you supporting Jay and the Bay, going above and beyond. I appreciate that. And hopefully you enjoyed the stream tonight. Jerome, 43100, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream tonight, Jerome. He says Trey is getting some reps with the first team on Friday. All right. That will definitely be exciting to see. I haven't heard about that, but I hope it's true. I think, why not? Why not give him some first team reps against a first string defense? I don't see why not. But yeah, I'm definitely down with that. Let's see. John says, thoughts of Joe Staley coaching the O-line at joint practice. Now that's a great observation. And I actually was going to talk about that in the stream. So for those that don't know, Joe Staley, he lives in Southern California. So where the 49ers and Chargers have joint practice, it's not too far from where Joe Staley lives. So Staley, basically, he's getting a trial run at coaching this week with the 49ers. Staley is here to get a feel for how things work. Shanahan has said he was so amped up, he was kind of annoying us all day. Shanahan has said in the past that the door is open for Staley to be involved. Shanahan said he's pumped that Staley is here, and it would be nice to have him in the room. Will be a chance for Staley to see how the hours are and all that goes into coaching. Yeah, I mean, coaching is definitely not easy. It's definitely a grind. But I'm happy to see Joe Staley, be at the joint practice to see if he'd be interested in coaching the offensive line. Obviously, Joe Staley, he's one of the best offensive linemen I've seen on the 49ers in the last 2 decades easily. He can obviously he can contribute. He's got the knowledge. He played the position at a high level. And yeah, I think he would be perfect for someone who has experience, someone that the younger guys and some veterans can look up to. And because he played the game at a high level, he's got a lot of experience. And I'm sure he could teach the young offensive lineman a lot of things. So I think it's great, John. It's great that Joe Staley is at joint practice. The Sports Blitz, what's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream. The Sports Blitz, he says, hey, what's good? It's all good on a Thursday night talking about the Niner Empire. Caden Jenkins, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream. KJ, he says, what's good, Jay? Love your videos. I appreciate the support, man. Thanks for tuning in to the stream and the videos. Corey Davis, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, KD. How was your Thursday night going, man? I'm glad you're here. And so also in regards to the latest news, so I already spoke about Trent Williams. Obviously, he'll be out until next week. Jalen Hurd will be out until next week. Nick Bosa, so he is present at the LA Chargers scrimmage, but he's basically just doing one-on-one work on the side of the field. He's not participating, and we're talking about Nick Bosa. Nick Bosa is not participating in any team drills this week. Basically, he's going to continue to be evaluated, and we'll see how he is next week heading up for the Raiders preseason game. Now, Nick Bosa is vaccinated. I think that's great news. I'm not sure if 100% of the 49ers players are vaccinated, but hopefully if more players get vaccinated, I think that would definitely bode well for the team. Also, Austin Watkins Jr., he was cut, and unfortunately he broke his foot. He'll be out for at least 6 to 8 weeks. He was cut after he was injured, and so he was cut after he was injured. So basically, he was placed on waivers, and any of the other 31 NFL teams could have signed him, but that did not occur. So Austin Watkins Jr. is technically back with the 49ers. He's not going to be on the 53-man active roster. He's currently placed on IR due to a broken foot. So that's the latest news on Austin Watkins Jr. Let's see. Young Hitter says, hope Bosa can still play as well as he did. Yeah, I mean, you guys have watched me for a while. You know that I feel that secondary's best friend is the D-line, faithful. If the D-line can get after the quarterback will be uncomfortable in the pocket, and they won't be they'll have to make throws when they're not ready. The throws will be rushed, and usually that's good news for a defense. So yeah, I'm hoping Bosa can play as well as he did in 2019. And also another edge rusher that was doing pretty well in today's camp was D Ford. D Ford had 4 sacks today in the scrimmage versus the LA Chargers. That's definitely good to see. Hopefully we continue to see D Ford continue to get better, and hopefully he can stay healthy, because if we have a healthy D Ford and a healthy Nick Bosa, I think our defensive line will be at its peak, along with Arden Key, backing up D Ford. Also Samson E. Buchan as well in there. Eric Armstead, Javon Kinlaw, DJ Jones, Maurice Hurst, Zach Kerr, a plethora of others. So I think we'll be I think we'll be in good shape if Bosa is healthy. Definitely looking forward to that. Also, Demordy Lenore, he's been looking good in camp, the rookie. He had an interception in a 2-minute drill versus the backup quarterback. So that's good to see that Lenore is, developing into a playmaker. I think that's pretty cool. Let's see. KD says, was going good until IBB. Okay. You're going to have to elaborate a little bit more on that. Jerome 43100 says, I heard Kevin White I heard about that as well. Yeah, I heard Kevin White is going to the Saints. Yeah, Kevin White, man, it just hasn't worked out for him. He hasn't really been able to be on a team. He was drafted by the Bears. He's got a lot of speed. He's got a lot of talent, very athletic. But yeah, he's been bouncing around from team to team, and, hopefully he can, be a productive player with the Saints. John says, if Trey practices with the ones, I look forward to seeing him with better protection with starting O-line and practice against a first-string defense. I would agree with that, John. Trey right now, he's working with the second-team unit, and, it's not very good. There's not a lot of household names on that second-string offensive line. He's definitely at a disadvantage. And, yeah, I want to see how Trey does behind the first-string offensive line. Now, granted, Trent Williams won't be there, and I think the left tackle who's starting in place of Trent Williams is Jalen Moore, the rookie. But I believe all the other starters are there. So McGlinchey, Brunskill, Alex Mack, and Lincoln Tomlinson. So the only non-starter is Trent Williams. But obviously he's the best offensive lineman we have. So that is a disadvantage. But, yeah, I'm eager to see how he looks against the first-string defense. And, I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully we see that in tomorrow's scrimmage. KD says, it was going good until I heard my auntie passed away today. Dang, man. I'm very, very sorry to hear that. Very sorry to hear that. That's very unfortunate. And hopefully watching my show, it can put a smile on your face a little bit. I know that's very hard. And yeah, my thoughts are with you, man. Jerome 43100 says D Ford is back. I would agree with that. I mean, let's just say I'm optimistic. I like what I see, but let's wait until he plays in actual games in the regular season, and he can stay healthy for a full 17 games. And if I were the Niners, I probably wouldn't start him. Or even if I did, I think he would be on a snap count as well as Bosa. This is a marathon. This is not a sprint. And, you want to limit their snaps so that way they can try to stay healthy for the entire year, because we're definitely going to need production from D Ford and Nick Bosa. That's for sure. Blue True, very thoughtful, says, rest in peace to your beloved auntie at KD. Condolences to you and your family. And that's very nice of you to say, Blue True. Let's see. Young Hitter says, most definitely them two back, healthy sack empire all day. Absolutely. Yeah, D Ford and Nick Bosa, I think they can definitely obviously they would be the best edge rushers on the team, and I think they can wreak havoc kind of like how they did in 2019. John Moreland, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, John. How's your Thursday night going? He says, what's in that red cup? Wouldn't you like to know, John? No, it's just H2O, man. Just H2O. He says, what are y'all secondary looking like? I think our secondary, the starters are a strength. After our starters, I think we could be lacking a little bit of depth. But I think a lot of teams can say that. I mean, once you're working on your fourth and fifth string players at any position, you're going to be in trouble if they're playing a lot of snaps. But I think, going into this offseason, we only had one cornerback who was signed on the team, and we were able to re-sign our best cornerback last year. That was Jason Verrett. We re-signed Emmanuel Mosley, who's going to be lining opposite of Jason Verrett, and we signed the best slot corner in the NFL. That's K'Wan Williams, John Moreland. So the corners, I think, were good. We also drafted 2 rookie corners in this year's draft, and we have a little bit of veteran depth behind them. But hopefully, all the guys in the secondary stay healthy. As far as the safeties, we got Jimmy Ward back. He's probably the best. Well, not probably. He is the best safety we have on the roster. And then beside him, it'll probably be between Tavon Wilson and Clinton Dix. We'll see who gets to start at that opposite safety position. And we'll see. We also have Talanoa Hufanga, safety we drafted from USC in the 5th round. We'll see what he does if he gets significant snaps on the defensive side of the ball. But I think he will make an impact, Hufanga that is, on special teams. I think that's where he will make his mark on this team this year. But great question, John. Jay Mouth, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Jay. How was your Thursday night going? That's like Blue True says, Magnificent Moreland in the house. That's right. Jay says, in regards to KD, sorry to hear that. That must be hard to hear that. Hope you're doing well. Jerome, who do you think will be the 49ers' third wide receiver? Man, that's a great question, Jerome. Man, if it were me, I think it's going to be between Sherfield and Jennings. I think they are. It's no knock on Mohamed Sanu. I think he's a solid receiver. I think there could be more upside, most likely to Sherfield and Jennings, and I think one of those two will win that job. Luke Luna, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Luke. Hopefully your week is going well. We're about 4 hours away from a payday Friday. Let's see. Jay says D Ford had 4 sacks. He's going to eat. Exactly. Yeah, he had 4 sacks against the LA Chargers, and he looks rejuvenated. I'm optimistic, but also I want to see it. I want to see how he is in the regular season as well. But all signs are pointing to a pretty good year for D Ford. Luke Luna says, and D Ford is back, but only part-time or less. And I mean, for the season to playoffs and possibly more. Yeah, exactly. We should just play D Ford sparingly. He doesn't need to be playing 100% of the snaps. KD says, thank you, everyone, for the well wishes. And I'm sure he thanks you guys for thinking about him in this, this tough time for KD. Young Hitter says, sorry for your loss, Corey Davis. Prayers to you and your family. Very nice of you to say, Young Hitter. Jay says, a year ago, us and the Packers were the front runners to get D Ford. It was a tight race. Yeah, and, D Ford had an excellent 2019. Obviously, last year he missed the entire year, and hopefully he can bounce back and, have a productive year. Young Hitter, I agree with this statement. Young Hitter says that man, Jimmy Ward, he's a baller. I absolutely agree with that. KD says thank you to Young Hitter. Young Hitter says you're welcome. Rams house. Whose house? Rams house. He says, hope you are having a good day. Are you expected to see any starters in this preseason game? That's an excellent question, Rams house. Yes, the starters who are healthy for the 49ers, they will be playing the first quarter. And the Chargers will not be playing any of their starters in this game. I believe the head coach said they're not going to play any of their starters the entire preseason. And, because they want to keep their players healthy, and I respect that. Jimmy G, he's going to be playing the entire first quarter. I'm definitely excited to see that. Trent Williams, though, probably won't be playing. I'm trying to think of any other offensive starters. I think all the other offensive starters should be playing on the offensive side of the ball. Defense, Bosa probably won't play. I would be surprised if D Ford plays. And Kinlaw most likely won't play, but all the other starters should play. Let's see. Jay says we still won the D4 trade. It's just that injuries have kept him off the field. If he was on the field, he would be a beast. I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. Minister Brandon, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream. Minister Brandon, he says Jay intheBay is a great guy. Please like him. Oh, yeah, I appreciate that. And if you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure you leave a thumbs up for the video. Let YouTube and I know that you're enjoying the stream. And also hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to Jay intheBay. Let's continue on with these comments. Rams House says the Rams never play starters. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, ever since McVay has been there, yeah, the Rams haven't played their starters in preseason, and I respect that. Let's see. Luke Luna says, at KD, you're a stud. Always hate to hear good people's hurting. Hope you find adequate distraction through Niner football and find some peace. That's very nice of you to say, Luke. Yeah, hopefully KD can get that through this rough time. Now they're also obviously in this scrimmage versus the LA Chargers. Jimmy G and Trey Lance obviously were the quarterbacks. And I heard that Jimmy G started off the scrimmage hot. I believe he was like 8 of 9, and then he slowly cooled down. Jimmy G finished 10 of 18 in today's scrimmage. He also threw 1 red zone pick. Trey Lance finished the scrimmage 13 of 21 passes, and he led a field goal drive to end the practice. So both quarterbacks, they played solid, and we'll see how they do tomorrow against the LA Superchargers. Let's see. Jerome 43100 says, when is Wilson Jr. expected back? We will need him in our run game for sure. So, yeah, Wilson Jr., he's got the torn meniscus in his knee. I believe he'll be out until the very minimum, which is mid-November, or it could be early December. And, yeah, Wilson Jr. will definitely be a nice addition to the team once he comes back from injury. He's going to have fresh legs, and I think he'll definitely give us a spark, toward the last, 8 games of the year. So definitely looking forward to Jeff Wilson Jr. Getting healthy. Shay Martinez, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Shay. How's your Thursday going? Uper Charlie, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, and I appreciate you liking the stream as well, man. I appreciate that. Hopefully your Thursday night is going well. Luke says, in regards to Ram House, you are in a prime position for a letdown season. I thought you were the top threat, but learning curves, injuries, player trades, and losses, I think you could end up third. Keep the receipt. Tell me how you really feel, Luke. Well, I know for sure the Rams, they got a tough first 6 games, and I know the Rams house feels they will come out of those 6 games definitely with a winning record, maybe only losing 1 or 2 games. But, yeah, the Rams will definitely be an interesting season, especially the first 6 games because they play some playoff teams of last year. So looking forward to the start of the season. Let's see, Famous Curly, what's good? He says, liked Minister Brandon Rocks. All right. Niner Faithful, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Niner Faithful. He says, hey, Jay, just joined. Do you see Richie James and Hurd getting cut and Javon Jennings and Trent replacing them? Absolutely. I don't see how Hurd can justify still being on this roster. He hasn't been able to get on the field the past 2 seasons, and he struggled to practice consistently in this year's training camp. And yeah, I just can't. And now, unfortunately, he has a knee tendonitis, so I just don't see Hurd, making the team, the 53-man active roster. I just don't see it. And Richie James, he just hasn't made the most of his opportunity. He's been healthy, but, he just hasn't been a playmaker when he's on the field. Javon Jennings did miss the first 10 days of training camp, I believe, due to COVID. But since he's been back, he's looked good. He's looked explosive. And I think Jennings and Trent Sherfield could be the top 2 options for that number 3 wide receiver, in addition to Mohamed Sanu. But yes, to answer your question, I think Jennings and Trent will replace Richie James and Jalen Hurd. And I'd imagine Shanahan will probably keep at least 6 or 7 receivers on the active 53-man roster, maybe 6, and then have one receiver on the practice squad. So obviously you got the Ayuk show. You got Debo. I think you'll have Trent Sherfield, Javon Jennings, Mohamed Sanu. So that's 5 already. I don't think Richie James and Hurd will make the roster. Maybe they keep River Craycraft. You still have Travis Benjamin. Unfortunately, Austin Watkins Jr., the undrafted free agent, got injured. So, I think those last two spots, River Craycraft and Travis Benjamin, maybe one of them make the active 53-man roster, and then the other player gets put on the practice squad. It'll be interesting to see how cut down day looks, because next Tuesday, the 24th, is a cut down day. So right now we're at 85 players on the roster. The roster will cut down to 80 players, and we'll see what players get cut come Tuesday or even before that. Luke agrees with the comment. Young Hitter says, what wide receivers do you have as being deep threat catchers? I think it's definitely Brandon Ayuk. I can see maybe Javon Jennings and Trent Sherfield. I think those are the three wide receivers who, could stretch the field. I think Debo, maybe Kittle, he can get down the field. Kittle can definitely get down the field, run with the best of them. But I would imagine, as far as wide receivers, Sherfield, Ayuk, and Javon Jennings. I think those would be the deep threats. And also, I forgot another wide receiver I forgot to mention was Simba Webster. He could play a pivotal role on special teams, so he could make the roster as a wide receiver, but play more special teams. And maybe he could contribute a little bit on the offensive side of the ball. But yeah, Simba Webster is definitely in the mix as well. Shea Martinez says, all good. I saw Nick Mullens getting booed in Philly. Yeah, Nick Mullens, I wish the best for the guy. Definitely don't want to see him struggle, but, some guys just aren't starters in this league, but I think he could definitely have a career as a backup quarterback, if he plays in spurts. But, yeah, he didn't have a great showing his last game. TN Fish Keeper, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream. And he says he liked, okay, Minister Brandon sent in his puppets. LOL. Take care, Jay and the Bay. I appreciate you coming in. And be sure to like the stream. Let YouTube and I know that you like the stream, and hit that subscribe button. Luke Luna says, I think there's one more shot for Hurd. They know how good he is, and it's better than Jennings, just not as healthy, but Jennings will replace the role if they make the move. Yeah, I just don't see Hurd making it. And it's very unfortunate. I'm rooting for him, but I just don't see Hurd making it. He just doesn't practice enough. He's got the tendonitis in his knee now. He's going to be out another week. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Hurd makes it through the next round of cuts. I wouldn't be surprised by that, because they're gonna give Hurd every opportunity he can to try to make the roster, because he's a third round pick. 49ers invested a lot in him, and they want to see him succeed. But when it comes down to August 31st at 53 roster cut day, I would be surprised if Hurd is still on the roster, unless he makes like a miraculous recovery and he's practicing and he's contributing. The Ramelia Sports Report, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, man. How is your Thursday going? He says, what's good, my Niner brother at Jay in the Bay. Hopefully everything's going well with the LA Rams. I think they had a scrimmage. Did they have a scrimmage with the Cowboys, I think? Or was that last week? But yeah, hopefully everything's going well in the neck of the woods with them LA Rams. Jerome 43-100 says, do you think Kyle may be on the hot seat if he handles Trey Lance wrong for Jimmy? No. I think Kyle could be on the hot seat if Trey Lance isn't the franchise quarterback for the Niners. I think that's when Trey Lance could be on the hot seat. I think, Kyle Shanahan does not need to start Trey. I think he's more comfortable with starting Jimmy. He knows what he gets from Jimmy. Jimmy has that veteran experience. Obviously, there's more upside with Trey, but there's no need to put Trey in right now when he's so young and learning the offense, learning how to play in the NFL, those little nuances that Jimmy knows that Trey is still working on. But yeah, I think Shanahan I like the fact that Shanahan will be sprinkling in just a skosh of Trey Lance in the regular season. I like that. But, Jimmy, I think Jimmy will continue to start every week if the Niners are winning. Jimmy's playing well. Jimmy's not turning over the ball. I think Jimmy will continue to be the starter. I think it's going to take Jimmy falling flat on his face or Jimmy getting hurt in order for Trey Lance to get significant snaps in NFL games. Or if it's the fourth quarter with 7 minutes left, the Niners are up by 3 touchdowns, then, yeah, I can see Trey Lance getting a lot of snaps. But I just don't see Trey Lance starting week 1. Let's see. Luke Luna at Corey Davis, tell Rams House how you really feel about their QB. Yeah, I mean, either people really don't like Stafford or they're really high on him. And I'm one of those people where I know he doesn't have playoff success, but he is, he is a prolific passer of the football, and he's on the best team I think he's ever been in his career on both sides of the ball, offense and defense, and also head coach. Rams House says, LOL, over the moon like Luna. That's funny. Yeah, Rams House and a lot of other Rams fans really believe in Matt Stafford. They definitely believe he's an upgrade over Goff, which I think most fans think. And let's see how Stafford deals with being in the best division in football. Now, obviously, since he's been in Detroit, he's always had to face off against, the Packers, the Vikings, and Bears, which is a pretty good division as well. And he hasn't had much playoff success. But let's see what he does, with the LA Rams. Luke thought that was funny. Shea Martinez says Fred Warner is wide receiver number 1. Yeah, when it comes to Jimmy G throwing INTs, yeah. I mean, what do you expect from Jimmy? I mean, he's got to play against the best linebacker in the NFL. Of course, Jimmy G is going to throw some interceptions, man. He's going up against Fred Warner, who's a beast, man. Niner Sickness says, I'm back, LOL. I'm glad you could come back through, Niner Sickness, man. I appreciate you coming through, brother. Let's see. Niner Faithful says, Grant Cohen was saying he thinks Kyle is playing favorites because Simba rarely gets plays called for him, but Jennings gets a lot called for him, and he thinks Kyle wants Javon more. Well, I don't know if that's true or false. I don't know if Kyle is playing favorites. But I believe that Kyle will put players in the best situation to succeed, and maybe he feels Jennings is better than Simba. Maybe that's what Kyle Shanahan thinks. I obviously don't know 100%, but I think Kyle will put the best players on the field that will give the Niners the best chance to win. That's what I feel. But I appreciate your thoughts, Niner Faithful. I gotta get up to these comments. Let's see. Jay says Jalen might just retire at this point. Hopefully not. Hopefully he continues, because I believe, I don't know. If this is his dream playing in the NFL, hopefully he continues, striving for that dream. Rams House says we had 2 scrimmages with the Raiders this week. That's who it was. It was them good old Las Vegas Raiders. Yeah. Hopefully those scrimmages are going well for you guys. Hopefully you guys are staying healthy. Rams House says doing a watch party this Saturday. Hopefully this one goes better. Can't wait, though. Hey, I'm excited for you. Yeah, hopefully it goes well. Hopefully you have a lot of viewers. Hopefully you get a lot of super chats too, Rams House. You deserve it. You putting in the work, man. Luke Luna says, in regards to Niner Faithful, yeah, Kyle was going to favor him. Webster was just brought in as a body, possibly to return kicks. We brought Jennings through the draft and invested into him, so it's only natural. That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. As you mentioned, Jennings was drafted by the team. He knows Jennings more. Jennings has built equity with the team. Webster, basically, he's been with the team for, a month or 2? So, and Webster, yeah, I imagine Webster would be a special teams guy, but I'm eager to see him on the offensive side of the ball as well. Niner Faithful says, do you think can replace Tart if he gets cut or doesn't play this season because he's dealing with the same injury that ended Pat Willis' career? Yeah, very unfortunate for Jaquiski Tart. He's got that turf toe injury, and he's going to be starting the season on the PUP list, a physically unable to perform list, so he's going to be out the first 6 weeks of the year. Very unfortunate. But, yeah, I think, Clinton Dix, I think he can definitely replace Tart. He's a former first-round pick of the Green Bay Packers. I think he's still a pretty good safety in this league. I'm not sure why a team hadn't signed him yet. Maybe it could have been the money. I don't know, but I'm glad we got Clinton Dix on the team. We also have Tavon Wilson as well. So I think those two will be competing for snaps as to who gets that starting safety job opposite of Jimmy Ward. Niner Faithful says, at Luke Luna, yeah, I like Webster as a kick or punt returner. Same here. And maybe even a gunner on like punt return as well. The Remilia Sports Report says a scrimmage with the Raiders, another fight. Scrimmage ended 45 minutes early. Rams ready to mix it up in regular season. I haven't seen the videos yet. Yeah, I haven't seen the videos yet either. But that's unfortunate that the guys are fighting. But, sometimes that happens in training camp. Luke Luna says, I also think that Jennings can have more of an impact. He's bigger, stronger, harder to tackle. He's just not quicker. But I like Webster over James. I want anyone over James at this point. I would tend to agree with you. Richie James hasn't really made the most of his opportunity. And I'm ready to see, some new talent at that punt return, kick return position. And Jennings, he's a bigger player, as you mentioned, stronger. And I think he'll probably be better in the running game as well. Corey Davis says, thank you to @Luke Luna. Luke Luna says, you got it, brother. The Remilia Sports Report says, I'll put it this way on Stafford. Had the Rams or Niners had Stafford in the Super Bowl, they both win easy. That's a very, very interesting point. Niner Faithful says, Richie needs to pack his bags. Yeah, we'll see what happens during cut day next Tuesday. We'll see if Richie is still on the squad. Livy's World. What's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Livy's World. How was your Thursday night going? Hopefully it's going well, and hopefully you're enjoying the stream. Thin Blue Line. What's good? Appreciate you coming through to the stream. TBL. He says, what's good? Let's get this W on Sunday. I'm all down for that, and I'm eager to see how Jimmy G plays whole quarter. And, of course, we get to see Trey Area for a whole quarter in the second quarter against the LA Chargers. Granted, the Chargers won't be playing their starters, but these are still important snaps for Jimmy and Trey and for the entire offense just to get more in sync. And I'm definitely looking forward to that. Jay, in regards to KD, says D Ford is going to eat. Absolutely. Let's see. Let's see. Luke Luna says, I like Stafford. I just knew that would make my boy Corey smile during these hard times. Yeah, because Corey, he definitely feels like Stafford has to prove that, hey, he is a upper echelon quarterback, because KD definitely don't think that way about Matt Stafford. I think Matt Stafford is an upper echelon quarterback, and I think he'll be in a great situation with them good old LA Rams. Niner Sickness says, how are all the faithful doing tonight on a Thursday? Jerome 43100 says the Chargers were laughing at Jimmy G. Play the Chargers, say their quarterback don't play inconsistent. Okay. Chargers are entitled to their opinion, but Jimmy G can't worry about that. He's got to go out and be the best quarterback he can be and not worry about the haters. Niner Faithful says, I remember Grant said Juice should change his number to 54 instead of 44 so he could throw to him more. Man, I mean, Jimmy G, he's throwing against the best linebacker in football, man. There's going to be some interceptions there, man. But yeah, some of those interceptions that Jimmy G threw to Fred Warner, they have looked bad. So I wonder, Jimmy G has got to look at the film, right? He's got to look at the film and say, hey, this is what I did wrong, and this is how, I need to improve on that. That's all we can hope that Jimmy G will do. But yeah, there are those Jimmy no throws, but I think, quarterbacks, they have that from time to time. The more you throw, the more likely you're going to throw an interception. Niner Faithful says it was a joke about Jimmy throwing interceptions. Absolutely, yeah. Jay says a lot of 49er fans were at LA today. Yeah, I would have loved to go there. That would have been a nice road trip, drive down to LA and go see some scrimmages with the Niners and Chargers. Rams House says super chats are awesome, but I really just appreciate the people who stop in like you, man. Appreciate them. Absolutely, yeah. The super chats are great, but it's also good just to converse with the people, with the fans, and it's good that people find enjoyment in watching me stream and all that good stuff. Jay says at 49er faithful, don't watch Grant. He hates Jimmy so much. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if Trey struggles or whatever. What will Grant Cohn say? Because I like Grant for his work ethic. He's definitely someone to look up to. He's grinding out his YouTube videos. He's an actual writer, and but you can't always take what he says seriously. He has his perspective on Jimmy, and you know what? I wish I would have been watching during 2019. Grant Cohn. I wish I would have discovered then what was he saying about Jimmy during the win streak the 49ers had. I wish I could have seen what he'd been saying then, but that's his opinion, Grant. But the ultimate opinion is Kyle Shanahan. KD says at J Mouse, yes, D Ford is going to eat. Absolutely, as long as he's healthy. I can see that. Let's continue on with these comments. Jay says, ha ha, Clinton Dix is going to laugh at the haters. Good one, Jay. Niner Faithful says that Jay, I know he's always hated Jimmy. He never fails to talk bad about him. You're right about that, man. Niner Faithful, hopefully Kyle plays Trey with all the starters this week. Yeah, we'll see what happens in tomorrow's scrimmage. Will he play Trey in more snaps versus the number one defense of the Chargers? I haven't heard if he is or is not going to do that, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. Jay says, in regards to Niner Faithful, Grant is pushing Trey Lance so hard. Yes, he definitely is. He definitely is. Bay Facts, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, man. He says, love the streams, man. Do you use Streamlabs? No, I do not use Streamlabs, but thanks for coming through to the stream, Bay Facts. 912-9er, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, 912. Hopefully your Thursday night is going well, and I appreciate everyone. Hit that thumbs up button. Let YouTube and I know that you're enjoying the stream. He says Trey needs to play with the ones. I agree. I think we all agree with that. Trey should get some more snaps with the ones. I definitely won't mind that at all. Let's see. Luke Luna says Jimmy is a pro's pro. He could care less. He only cares about doing whatever to win, whether that's short passes, moving the chains, and eating clock or run game, and it shows he's a winner. I agree with that, and I think people want to see more. People want to see the big explosive play that, like, for instance, that Trey Lance did, against in the preseason game against the Chiefs. They want to see that, and I don't know, and I don't blame them for that. But I want a quarterback who's going to do whatever it takes to win. So if that's boring, short passes, but as long as we win, that's all that matters. That's all that matters to me, as long as we win. The exciting, explosive plays are nice, but if we're losing, it doesn't really matter. I agree with what Luke said. Jerome says, what will happen if 49ers lose our first two games with Jimmy G? That's my quarterback. I mean, that would be insane, right? How could we lose to Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles? Like, that would be, if we lose our first two games with Jimmy G and it's because of Jimmy G, let's say he throws like 4 interceptions, 2 in each game, I think Shanahan would seriously have to consider putting Trey in. But I don't think Jimmy's going to do that. I think he's going to play within himself, play within the offense. And, if Jimmy plays poorly, I think that's when Trey Lance will get, more of a chance to get that starting position. But I don't see Jimmy doing that. If Jimmy plays the entire season, hopefully we can see another season of 27 and, less than double figures in INTs. Hopefully that's what we can see. Let's see. Niner Faithful says, Grant is funny sometimes, but, man, I hated him last year. He was going off on us when we were losing. And that's a great thing I respect about Grant. He tells it like it is. Like, he doesn't sugarcoat anything. If a player's playing bad, he's going to say it. If they're playing good, he's going to praise them. So, you just got to take the good and the bad with Grant, man. He's not for everyone. 912 says it was good Jimmy, bad Jimmy in 2019, but Kyle can scheme around his strengths. Yeah, I would agree with that. You know, Jimmy wasn't perfect in 2019. Obviously, he had the turnovers that were an issue. But, you know, no quarterback's going to be perfect. And some quarterbacks make mistakes. All quarterbacks make mistakes. But I'm willing to live with that with Jimmy because in 2019, he was instrumental in getting us to the Super Bowl. And that's what I think can happen again if Jimmy can stay healthy. That's what I think can happen. But we shall see what happens. For those that just came in, Joe Staley did observe practice today. So Joe Staley, obviously one of the best left tackles the 49ers have seen or have put on a uniform in the last 2 decades. He did observe practice today. He lives near the facility where the Niners and Chargers had practice today. So Joe Staley observed practice, and he could be a coach on the 49ers offensive line. I think that would be great. He's got a lot of knowledge. He's played the position at the highest level. And I think the 49ers should welcome Joe Staley. But let's see what happens. Coaching is very, very demanding, very hard, and we'll see if Joe Staley is up to the task. But it's good that he was at practice today. Wit TV, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Wit. He says, you're right, no one's perfect. And Wit TV says, Big Joe, yeah. You know, no one's perfect. But I like what I saw with Jimmy G. And I'm definitely willing to ride with that. Luke says, I want to be happy at the end of the game, and no amount of deep passes will make that happen if we lose. I can't wait till Lance is ready to stop looking downfield as much because he will have to. Yeah. Sometimes, you know, you can't throw the home run play every game or every snap. Sometimes, a lot of the times, you just have to take what the defense gives you, and you make the best play, not necessarily the most spectacular play. And I think some fans, they want to see the spectacular plays. They don't want to see the dump off play. They don't want to see that. They want to see, like they saw with Trey Lance, throw that deep bomb. And Jimmy G did that in practice today. He threw a deep bomb to Travis Benjamin. He completed the pass. So Jimmy G can do that. But sometimes he would rather go for the safe play. And I'm down with that as long as we get a win at the end of the game. So let's see. Oh, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream, Wit. He says, Wit TV, I don't know if Joe Staley wants to coach our O-line. We'll see. It's a lot of work. Jay says, can't wait to say next year, Trey Lance, that's my quarterback. Yeah, that's going to be nice to say, next year. Yeah, and if obviously, you guys have seen me before, that I feel like Jimmy G should start the whole year, unless he falls flat on his face, which I don't think he will do. But yeah, if he's playing poorly, he's playing terribly, and the team is losing, then yeah, obviously you go with Trey. But I don't think that's going to happen. And hopefully Jimmy can stay healthy this whole season and, play at a high level. Jay says, any other news? Great question. No, I mean, I spoke about the players that were not active in today's scrimmage. That's in the link right there. And, Jalen Hurd, Kinlaw, Mitchell, Williams, Coleman, Banks, Mosley, those are all the players that were not active in today's camp, basically due to injuries. Nick Bosa, he's not expected to be active in team drills this week. He did get vaccinated, though, which is great. And Bosa, we'll see how he is next week. And D Ford obviously had an awesome day with 4 sacks. The 49ers were showing interest in cornerback C.J. Henderson. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but C.J. Henderson, he was a 2020 first-round draft pick of the Jaguars, and for some reason the Jaguars want to trade him. I don't understand. Maybe there's something going on behind the scenes. But he was a 2020 first-round pick. Obviously, the Chargers would want significant, compensation for him in a trade. I don't know if the 49ers would want to give up draft compensation. They haven't really wanted to do that, this offseason because of the lack of draft picks next year. But I did hear a rumor about that. The 49ers worth showing interest in C.J. Henderson. Wit TV says, I would love to see Trey, but Jimmy got a point to prove. He's going to prove himself. Absolutely. Jimmy, a lot is riding on this year for Jimmy. He is playing for his starting quarterback future. If he has a successful year, he leads the Niners to the playoffs, he can definitely be a starting quarterback in this league for another team next year. If he gets hurt again or if he plays poorly, he probably won't get an opportunity to be a starter in this league. Maybe he'll be a backup, but I think Jimmy came into camp with the right attitude. He came in with something to prove, and I like Jimmy playing with a fire lit under him, and he's not just going to lay down and let Trey Area take his job. So I'm definitely looking forward to see what Jimmy can do in the regular season. Luke Luna says, you know how I feel, Jay. Jimmy State Area is going to start and make this thing hum. Exactly. Exactly, Luke. I definitely agree with you. Jerome says, how many games do you think we win? I say 12 games. I think we win 12, lose 5. I think our 5 losses probably, I think we'll lose to probably the Rams, the Seahawks. I think we could lose to the Tennessee Titans, maybe the Minnesota Vikings, and then maybe one game against who is that? One game maybe against Green Bay. Oh, no, not Green Bay, but Arizona. So I think we could lose each. We could lose one time to each of our division opponents. I think those games will be so close. Yeah, I think that we'll win 12 games, lose 5, go to the playoffs, and I'm definitely excited for that. Jay says, when Jimmy does bad, we will say, when it rains, it pours. That's funny, Jay. Jay says 49ers could get C.J. Henderson. Yeah, but, they're probably going to ask for a first-round pick or something like that. I don't know if the Niners would be willing to give that up. Amin, the dream, what's good? Appreciate you joining the stream. Amin, he says, Jay in the Bay, what's good? It's all good on a Thursday night. Jay said we might get a first for C.J. Henderson. Yeah, I don't know if the Niners want to give up that compensation. Rams House says, thanks for putting respect on my Rams. Yeah, man. I mean, every team in our division is good. Every team can make a case that, they could be a playoff team. I think the Cardinals, they're a good team. I just don't know about their head coach, but every other team definitely has a shot. And I still think the Cardinals will probably win at least 10 games, but I think they will be last in the division. Wit TV says we dominate the Rams. Yeah, the last 2 years we have done that. Robert Saleh was our D coordinator. He's not there. And no year is the same. Every year is a different year. It doesn't matter if the coach is still there, if the players are still there. Every year is a different year. We can't just necessarily say because we beat the Rams the last 2 years, we'll continue doing that. They obviously upgraded at quarterback. That's going to help them a lot greatly. I'm interested to see how the Rams deal with their running back room, especially after losing Cam Akers. But we'll see. Young Hitter says, great stream, Jay. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Go Niners Empire. You have a good rest of your night too, Young Hitter. It's been a pleasure being on with everyone tonight. Let's see. Jerome 43100 says, rank the quarterback in our division, please. So Russell Wilson is first. I would say Matt Stafford is probably second. And then I would put, Jimmy or Kyler. Jimmy has success in the playoffs. Obviously, Kyler is more dynamic in the pocket, but he's yet to get his team to the playoffs. I would put Jimmy third and Kyler fourth. That's what I would do for the quarterbacks in our division. Luke says, I have us with the loss to the Rams, but I just split the division games 3-3, putting us at 12-5. We may sweep a team, or one could sweep us. I just think that was the easiest to call it. Yeah, I agree, because the NFC West is very tough. I see you, KD. Yeah, the NFC West is very tough. And I feel like those games will come down to like the wire. Every game will be close. And it's almost like whoever has the ball last may win those games. Rams House says, yeah, I agree also that the Cardinals don't have a good coach and they have to prove it. Yeah, I think he's a good X's and O's coach. You know, the Cardinals, they were doing good last year. Kyler got hurt, and they just weren't the same offense. You know, whenever your starting quarterback gets hurt, they're still playing, but they're not as effective as they were because they're hurt. You know, the team is going to take a hit. But the Cardinals are very talented. KD says, no, the Rams did not upgrade quarterback. That's cap. I see you, KD. Yeah, Matt Stafford is going to have to prove KD wrong. I mean, Stafford definitely has to prove himself, but I think Stafford is upgrade over Jared Goff. You know, Rams House says, "Wow, LOL, KD." Oh man, Rams House says he does have to prove himself for sure. Yes, he does. I think I think he's going to have to prove, like Stafford. We know he's a good regular season quarterback. He struggled in the postseason. Let's see what he can do in the postseason. But also, he's going to be on the best team of his career. How will he handle that and facing the NFC West? Luke Luna says, but yet you talk to Rams fans and they say they will beat us. They don't apply the same you have to prove it approach they have with the Cardinals when it comes to us. I mean, yeah, Rams fans, you know, they're definitely confident in their team. You know, and I expect nothing less. I expect the Rams to say, yeah, we'll probably beat the Niners once and maybe they'll beat us. Or, you know, if they're as confident to say, hey, we'll sweep the Niners. You know, I respect their opinion. It's not fact. You know, that's just their opinion. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to the NFC West Division games. It's going to be very, very competitive, very interesting, and I can't wait. Jay says the KD name reminds me of Kevin Durant. That's an astute observation, man. Jerome 4300 says, who do you think will win the division? That's an excellent question, Jerome. I think the Niner Empire. Yeah, I think we'll win the division. I think the winner of the division could have maybe 12 or 13 games. And I think it's 4 teams could possibly make the playoffs. I think the Cardinals are the worst team as far as, you know, when you look at their head coach, their front office. They definitely have talent, but Kyler Murray has yet to get to the playoffs. Cliff Kingsbury has yet to get to the playoffs. The NFC West didn't get easier this offseason. It definitely got harder, and I think it's a 3-team race between the Rams, the Seahawks, and the Niners. But I think the Niners could end up with the best division, with the best record in the division. But yeah, I think 12-5 should definitely probably be the best record in the division, I think. And I think the other teams will probably be between – there could be one team that has 13 wins, but I'd be surprised. And the Niners and Rams play the last game of the season. Hopefully they'll flex that into a prime time Sunday night football game. But we'll see. But, yeah, I think the Niners definitely have a great shot at winning the division. Rams House says, nah, we will not sweep you guys. I don't think so either. Jay says at Rams House, can't wait to play Jared Goff and beat him again in week 1 when we play the Lions. I'm definitely excited for that. Corey Davis says, I agree with 49er Dion on Matt Stafford. And I respect you and 49er Dion's opinion for sure. But there's a reason why McVay wanted Stafford. Because obviously McVay feels that Stafford will be an upgrade over Goff. And, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. When the Rams win games, KD, you know, we'll see, man. We'll see. We shall see when the season starts, man. Rams House says, I am fine with that now, Jay. I agree with you, Jay. I wish the season started yesterday, man. Luke Luna says, even though we have had their number, they don't turn around and say we will beat them, but they count the cards as automatic wins. I think it's difficult across the board. I hate division games unless we win. Yeah, division games are always tough because, you know, the team, you play them twice a year. They know you. And they're always tough. That's why I like your approach, Luke. Just split them 3-3. We lose one, we win one. That's what we kind of hope. If we could, win 4 and lose 2, that's icing on the cake. But I'd be surprised by that. We'll see. Jay says, who's got it better than us? Nobody. Well, I appreciate everyone coming through tonight on a Thursday night. Shout out to everyone that was conversing with me in the chat. I believe 49er Ultimate Report and Blue True gave me a super chat. I really do appreciate that. You guys raised your level of support for Jay and the Bay, and I appreciate that. Of course, I appreciate everyone in the chat who is conversing tonight with Jay and the Bay. I will be having a live stream tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Pacific time with touchdowns and tight ends. That's a duo. One of them represents the Chargers and the other person represents the 49ers. So that'll be an interesting discussion. Hopefully you guys can join me in touchdowns and tight ends tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Pacific time on Jay in the Bay YouTube channel. And hopefully everyone has a good night. Enjoy your payday Friday tomorrow. And have a good weekend. I will see you guys tomorrow night, Friday. Hopefully you guys can be there. And then I will be having on Sunday. I think the Chargers and Niners game starts at 4:30, I think. And I'll most likely do a pregame live stream, maybe like at 3:00. We can just talk about the game, talk about what you want to see from the players on both sides of the ball. And then also I will be having a post-game live stream as well. And we can discuss what we thought about the game, what we liked, what we didn't like. Jay says, great stream. I appreciate that, man. Luke Luna says, Cards are going to win the game against the Rams, and Jack their wins prediction up. I wouldn't be surprised by that. And Jay has confirmed the game does start at 4:30. So, yeah, I'll probably do a live stream, a pregame live stream, maybe like at 3. And that way I can talk with the faithful. I can talk with the Niner Empire. And we can talk about our red and gold. But I appreciate everyone coming through tonight. Have a great rest of your week. Enjoy the weekend. I'll see you guys tomorrow night if you're able to come through. And thanks for watching your boy, Jay in the Bay. I'll see you guys in the next one. Oh, shout out to Luke Luna. I appreciate that $1.49 super sticker. I appreciate that, man. Let's see. Corey Davis says, have a great night, Jay. I appreciate that. Shout out to you, Luke Luna. I appreciate that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for tuning in to your boy, Jay in the Bay.